Hello and welcome to Craft with Sarah and day 4 of the Halloween Craft Countdown 2022, where I'm sharing 20 Halloween-themed papercraft Cricut projects in 20 days. Today's project are these Cricut Joy greetings cards. There are 5 different designs in total and they are free to download for the next 24 hours. In this video, I'm going to show you how to cut these cards on a Cricut Joy using Cricut's insert cards, but also how to cut your own for if you don't want to purchase the pre-made cards and would rather use the cardstock you already have in your craft stash. If you don't have the Joy, but you've got one of the larger Cricut machines, then don't worry, I've included a larger version of these and you'll be able to cut all of these cards on your bigger machines such as the Makers and the Explore Airs too. If you haven't already registered for your free ticket for the Halloween Craft Countdown, check out craftwithsarah.com/HCC. If you have already registered, here's how to get the downloads. If you've already registered your free ticket, check for an email from me with subject line Halloween Craft Countdown ticket information, or any of the other emails from me that you have been sent throughout the countdown. Can't find them? Check your junk or spam box to see if they've gone there by mistake. These emails contain the link to view the countdown projects and download today's files. Scroll down this page to find today's project. Click the button to start the files automatically downloading to your computer or mobile device. Each download is only available for free for 24 hours after it goes live. If you've missed some, check out the Instant Access Bundle at craftwithsarah.com/HCC bundle, which gives immediate and ongoing access to all of the files and projects from the Halloween Craft Countdown. All downloads come in zip folders. You will need to unzip them before you can upload the files into Cricut Design Space. To cut these cards on a Cricut Joy, you'll need a Cricut Joy card mat and a pack of insert cards. These come in 3 different sizes, but I find the one that I like the best is the ones which are 4.25 by 5.5 inches. And that's what the SVG files have been sized at to fit this particular size. These insert card packs contain several different things, so let's have a look. You've got your envelopes at the back, and then you have your cards and your inserts. So the cards are just standard 2-fold cards like this, and then the insert is a single piece of card so that when the design has been cut out, you can simply thread this through the corners and it fills in all of the shapes with the colour without the need for any glue. With the card mat, it comes with a protector on it, just like your normal Cricut mat. So peel that off, and then the top part is sticky, and then there's a little slit in it that you can sort of pull apart so that you can take your card and then slide the bottom bit through that slit and put it in so the crease lines all the way up against the edge, and you'll see that it lines up with that particular size on the card mat. And then push the front down and make sure it's stuck really well. You might want to use a brayer or a rolling pin to get it stuck really well. And then this is ready to go into the Cricut Joy, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, I want to show you what you can do if you want to make these cards on your Joy and you do have the card mat, but maybe you don't have any insert cards in some Halloween-y colours, or maybe you just don't have any insert cards at all. So I'm going to show you how you can make your own insert cards and the matching insert using any sheet of cardstock that you have. All you need is a paper trimmer or something else that's capable of cutting your cards. So you could maybe use a craft mat and a metal ruler and a scalpel if you don't have a paper trimmer. And of course, your card. So I've chosen a piece of black card for my card that will open up, and then some shiny glitter card to go on the inside. And it really is just as simple as trimming this to the required size. You can find the sizes on the front of the pack of insert cards, or check the matching tutorial for this video, as I'll put the sizes in there for all 3 of the Cricut Joy card sizes. So it says on the front, you've got 3 different measurements. You've got cards, inserts, and envelopes. If I put that up a bit closer, not sure if it'll focus. Kind of. You can kind of see that. So we want to start with the card size, which is the top one. This is 4.25 by 5.5. Now that's just the front of the card. So if we look at our existing one, that's this size. But the actual card, just take it off, is obviously double that because you fold it in half. So what we actually want to cut is 5.5 inches on one side and then 8.5 along the other. Let's do that. My regular paper trimmer, my good paper trimmer, is at home at the moment and I'm in the office. So I found this one. I've got no idea if it actually works. I don't think I've ever tried it. And you know what? It's actually not going to be suitable because it doesn't have any form of longer way to measure. Okay, this isn't going to work for me. So I'm going to get a craft mat and craft knife and scalpel and do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, I am back with my craft mat, a metal ruler and a craft knife. Here's my piece of card. And let's do the long side first. I can't remember what I said the measurements were now. The long side needs to be double that, so 8.5 inches. Right. Okay, I'm going to turn this round so that I'm cutting. Nope, that was right. Do you know what? I'm just getting myself all in a pickle. Line that up. 8.5. You know when something doesn't quite go right and then you get into a tiz? That is what I am right now. Right, there we go. And then my other one will be the number that's on there, so 5.5. So I've got my numbers along the top so I know where I'm going. Get that lined up so it's straight. I'm just gonna double check. Yep, we're good. Oh, that was so not straight. I just missed the ruler. Never mind. And then I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm sure you would do a much better job at this than me. I haven't even folded it in half straight. Oh my goodness. You got some real life crafting going on right here. Okay, I'm going to try and do a better job at this. So for this one, you want to cut it where it says insert. So for mine, it's 5.25 by 4. And you don't need to double anything this time. That's just the size to do it. Alrighty, 4 inches. So that didn't cut all the way through. And then 5.25, which is there. Okay. And let's just double check against the Cricut one. Perfect. All right. So what I can do now is move all of this out the way. Bring my card mat back in. And then thread my homemade, slightly wonky along the edges, insert card in there. See, it lines up exactly where the other one did. And now this is ready for me to cut my design on. So let's jump back into Design Space and see how to do that. We need to get our SVG files into Cricut Design Space so that we can cut them on the Joy. Open up Design Space and create a new project, and then go to Upload over on the left, and then Upload Image. You can then either click Browse to find the file on your computer, or you can drag and drop it in. Make sure you choose the unzipped version of the folder, and then within there, go into Cut Files. There are two separate folders in here. The first is called Cricut Joy Insert Card Version, which is what I'll be showing you how to use. So that will fit those insert cards we've just been making, or the pre-made Cricut ones. You can use them on the card mat in the Cricut Joy, just like I was showing you. And you can also use them in the large 4x4 Cricut mat, which was recently released for the larger Explore and Maker machines. So they look exactly like the Cricut Joy mat, except there's 4 of them. 2 along the top and 2 along the bottom. So you can cut up to 4 cards at once, and they'll fit in the Explore, Air 3, Maker 3, all of them. But in case you want to cut it on the larger Cricut machines and you don't have that brand new mat, like I don't have it yet, it's out of stock everywhere. Then there's also another folder in here called Cricut Explore or Maker version. And these ones do not need the card mat or the insert cards. These ones will actually cut the base card on your Cricut machine, the whole thing. I'll show you how to use those files after we've gone through making it with the Joy. So in the Cricut Joy folder, you've then got 3 separate file types. For the Cricut for Design Space, you need the ones in the folder called SVG files. I look in there, and then here are the 5 different cards. I will go for, let's go for the ghosts, give that one a try, and then press Upload. It will then appear in your recent uploads, so you can click it and then add to canvas. I've made these files so that they should come in at 4 inches wide and 5.25 inches tall, which is exactly the right size to fit on those Cricut Joy cards. They come with a rectangle underneath, if I just ungroup this to show you. And that's because if you wanted to cut the insert piece that you'll thread into the corners on your Joy, for example, you wanted to cut some holographic card or something with the Joy itself rather than doing it separately, you could do that with that rectangle. I've already cut mine, as you just saw, so I'm going to delete that layer and I just need this one. Make sure I've got my Joy selected up here and then press Make It. Make sure under the material load type you choose on card mat, and then in here you can choose the size. These are designed to fit the 4.25 by 5.5 inch insert cards, which is the middle size, but if you wanted to, you could cut them on the larger one too, but it won't go all the way to the edge. There's a little bit of a bug in Design Space at the moment, which means sometimes it won't show you this card. So if I cancel this, I'm going to try uploading one of the other ones and see if it does the bug so that I can show you how to fix it. Okay, so I was doing some uploading so that I could try and find that little bug I was talking about. And it turns out there's now a new bug, which was not there originally, but some of the Cricut Joy cards are loading in like this when you try and upload them, so the little cutout is completely separate from the base insert card thing. I have no idea why that's happening. I've just spent a while trying to debug the file and it doesn't look like there's anything wrong, so I'll show you how to fix it in Design Space for if yours uploads like this. Okay, let's go upload. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? And have a little look. So what you'll want to do if it does this is click on it, press ungroup, and then select all, align, and center to put one exactly on top of the other. And then we need to resize this. So select both the layers again, and then we need the Cricut Joy size, which I can't remember. So 4 inches wide and 5.25 inches tall. So untick the padlock icon and we'll go 4 inches wide, 5.25 inches tall. Oh, obviously that's wrong because it's a landscape card. So it needs to be 5.5 inches wide and 4 inches tall. There we go. Right, let's get rid of that one. I've got no idea why it was loading in like that, but that's how to fix it. And now it's the correct size. So when I go to make it and choose on card mat, you see it's there. Now, the problem I was actually having, which was what I was trying to show you, was not that problem at all. The problem I was having was that even though the cards were uploading correctly, 5.25 by 4 inches, when I went to click make it, it didn't show this size of card. It only showed the really big one. And now it's not doing that on any of the files. So hopefully that's just a thing of the past and it's all been fixed. But in case yours does do that, so if you go and click make it and you can't see that 4 by 5.25 inch card, then how to fix that is just in the width, change it to 5.24 and press enter on your keyboard with the padlock icon closed so that the height changes a little bit too. And then that seems to fix it. So then if you were going to go and click make it, choose on card mat, then it should show up. So if you're not seeing this card size, just make it that teeny tiny bit smaller and then it will appear. You can then click continue to connect to your Cricut Joy machine and follow the steps to get everything cut out on your insert card. If you've never made cards on your Joy before and you're not sure how to do it, I have a separate video and tutorial which goes through every single step, including loading it into the Joy and then taking it out and putting it all together. So I'll drop a link to that in the description of this video and also in the written version of this tutorial. So you can go ahead and have a look at that if you need a little bit more of a helping hand on actually getting the card cut out. For now though, let's take a look at the larger sized version of the card for the Cricut Explore, Air and Maker models. I'm going to be a bit cheeky here and show you one of my older Cricut Joy cards, which is actually an Easter design. That's because I haven't made the larger versions for these Halloween cards yet. I'm recording the video a little bit early, so I can't show you the actual Halloween ones, but once I have done them and once you've got them, because they will be in your folder by the time you get to downloading them, they'll work exactly the same as these. When you go through the upload process, it will look like this, and this is because it comes with an envelope for the larger Cricut machines. You wouldn't be able to cut the envelope on the Joy as it's too small, but you can on the bigger ones. So let's go upload and then click it and add to canvas. It should load in at the correct size, but just to double check, press ungroup over here. And mine's got my warning triangles up because I've still got the Joy selected and this is too big to cut on the Joy now. So I'm just going to change that to get rid of them. Click on the card and then it should be 5.5 inches tall and 8.5 inches wide, because remember this is the whole width that will then fold in half. This is going to make an A2 size card, which is the American version of A2. So that's all looking good. And then before we cut this out, we need to just format the envelope if you want to cut the envelope. If you don't, just delete it. But if you do, click on the red rectangle layer in the layers panel. And under the operations drop down, change it to score. And we want that score line. Then click it again. Make sure you've ungrouped it from the card, otherwise this next bit won't work, but we've already done that before we check the size. And then press attach down the bottom. Attach tells the Cricut machine that we actually want it to score down these lines. If you want to, you can also add a score line to your card so you know exactly where to cut. To do that, click on it and then again ungroup it to separate it from the inside rectangle, which will be threaded through the holes. And then I'm going to change the color so you can actually see what I'm about to do. Go into shapes and choose a score line. So over here, make it the same height of the card, which is 5.5. And then with the score line selected, press shift on your keyboard and choose the card. And then align and center to put it exactly in the middle. and attach. So now we've got that score line on there, and where's my little insert? Just line it up again. And when you go to click Make It, you'll see you've got this, which will be your insert of your holographic card or however you want to do it. The envelope, and you'll need 12 by 12 paper to cut that from. And then the card in there with our score line, and you can change the paper size for that if you want to. So that is how to cut the larger versions of the files on the Cricut Explore Air and Maker models. Now though, as this video is Cricut Joy cards, I'm going to go back to my Cricut Joy version, all cut out, and show you how to put it together. But this does kind of work the same for the larger versions too. It's just with the larger versions, you need to fold your card in half along that score line before you can put the insert in. All right, let's see how our pre-made insert card worked. My card's now all cut and I've taken it off the mat. So it's time for the moment of truth to see if my little insert will fit. So all you do is just thread it through one of the corners. And then you might need to bend it up a little bit to thread it through the next one. And then get it in all four corners. Give it a little wiggle so that it will lie flat. And wow, look at that. Super sparkly. So that is how you can use these insert designs and also how to cut your own card inserts so that you don't have to use the Cricut ones. This was one of the 5 free SVGs if you get it within the next 24 hours of this video going live. I'll show you the other ones too. We've got these little ghosties and I've put some holographic card behind there, which gives a lovely rainbow effect. And these ones were all cut with Cricut insert cards. The Happy Halloween. Another Happy Halloween with a spider web design. And then finally, this one's a landscape card. There is the cauldron. There, 5 Halloween insert cards done. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make Halloween cards on a Cricut Joy. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more Cricut and crafting tutorials. I hope to see you tomorrow for day 5 of the Halloween Craft Countdown. Thank you for watching. Bye!